Good morning, all of you. We'll continue with the discussions on the electrostatics Gauss law, the applications of that one. So today I picked up some around 15 numericals. All they are just simple analysis based, not any, no integration, nothing is needed. Some basics of geometry is what needed here. Possibility of asking, I feel that one. Okay, after this, tomorrow, I think that will be the final Friday. So there we'll take about the shells, electric pressure, some related problems. Fine. Okay, no. Read the question. He's asking find the electrostatic force applied by M1 on M2 in this position. Let me take help of this one. So here, what are the forces that will be acting? The electrostatic force F M1G. Electrostatic force F, then the weight, then the tension. It's telling theta, so I'll break up this. And the total angle theta is 45 degrees, where theta is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. It is like this. So therefore, this angle will be theta 1. Tensions, two different strings, no? So T1, T2, you write it. So what can be tan theta 1? So this theta 1, you can extend it here like this. So tan theta 1, looking at the diagram, tan theta 1 should be equal to F by M1G. Similarly here, tan theta 2 should be F by M2G. So we know tan theta 1, okay, I think M2G, okay, masses are given. Let me invalid substitute here. Now tan theta 1 plus theta 2. That is what tan theta, no? It should be equal to tan A plus tan B 1 plus 1 minus tan A tan B. Tan theta 1 plus theta 2. So this should be equal to 1. Tan theta 1 will be F by M1G, F by M2G, ordered by 1 by F by M1G. Now M1 is equal to 2M is telling. So further this 2mg F by mg by 1 minus F square is equal to 2m square g square. 3f by 2mg 1 minus f square 2m square g square. I think this is a purely quadratic equation. Solving for F will get the required answer. Now you do calculation later on. Let me write the answer. No need to get into tension. Huh? So we don't know tensions. No, not needed. Maybe the mathematics you can take help of like this. After getting F, you can find out the tension. Of course, tension here will be theta 1 is needed no further. So squaring and adding. So how to get the tension the strings? So it will be T1 cos theta 1 should be equal to M1G. T1 sin theta 1 should be equal to F. After getting F, squaring and adding, this one will get the tension. So T1 square should be equal to, you can find out the tension the strings.
Sir, F will be root 17 minus 3 by 2, sir.
By 2. Huh? Okay. M2G square plus F square. Even the tension the strings can be determined. Huh? Just be careful. Come for, take the, read the question. Horizontal circular groove. I'll proceed with the diagram. Okay, these are the 2 point charges. Read the question. Meanwhile, I'll construct the diagram. Okay, I think we have this much here 1 point charge is there. Here 1 point charge. At 90 some groove at a separation of the groove is this green color is a groove. I'll need not to go in detail. Just rough diagram will go for it. It will take more time again. Where shall we place a third charge and what will be its magnitude so that all 3 of them remain at rest after they are released? When the third charge is positive, when the third charge is negative. So what is the basic necessity condition for that to be? So let me keep the third charge. Let me keep it here. I'll keep in this position. So somewhere some arbitrary position I picked up. There's a third charger. First, let me start with the positive here. At point A, I kept it. There's a point B. Now, what are the forces that are acting? Electrostatic force. Here, this force will be FQ. Due to this particular, and due to this particular charge, the force will be slightly will shift downward. No. Okay, due to this force, it will be like this. Huh? Let me take this is theta. This should be theta. Then this is bisector. So this angle, let it be 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Then this angle will be 135. So 2 theta plus 135 should be equal to 180. So theta should be equal to 180 minus 35 by 2. So 22.5 degrees. That's what he has given information. Okay, this is theta. Okay, what is the condition for equilibrium? It's a groove, no? So what forces? The tangential forces, if they are equal, I think problem solved. What about the y x tangential forces should be equal that one. If this is the thing, I'm putting like this here. The forces along tangential direction, the forces should be equal. Then what happen? It can be equal. The same thing applies for this also. You do for any one charge. Either you do analysis for discharge or discharge. It will be same. For that, I should place symmetrically. Now you can ask questions, sir, why you are placing here? Why not here? I think you should bring your basics of physics here for to be equilibrium. So if I place symmetrically, what force acts on this, the same force will act here. So here also the same condition. FQ, F capital Q, F small q. Again, if the tangential forces are equal, it can be equilibrium. What about along y-axis? It's a groove, no? The groove, the sidewall of the groove will not permit it to move. So for in a groove to be equilibrium, the tangential forces must be equal. So I'll put it this one. Now you have to ask question, what about this third charge? Can it be in equilibrium? I think it can also be in equilibrium, no? Okay, we'll analyze that also. Now you look at this theta, this theta. Definitely what you can say here. FQ I should write. I think I should write FQ. So for this also the tangential force will be 0. You check it for to be equilibrium. Yes, I think condition is satisfied. Huh? So now this will be theta. Get into the mathematics. Theta, we know it. So for tangential force, and as this is 45, this will be 45. So for equilibrium, what we can write it here now? FQ sine 45 FQ sine theta. Okay, let's get into. So this is our A, B, C, D, this distance. We need distance CD and the AD. How to bring that distances? CD, I think directly you can write it, no? CD should be equal to 2R sine 45. Distance CD, I am writing this distance. 2R sine 45. Then, or directly root 2R, no, it is. Yeah. Straight away we can write, no need of. Okay, similarly, I want distance CD. Distance CD will be 2R cos theta. Cos theta value we know. Okay, that we can substitute. So here, let's get into the calculation part. K. Yeah. KQ square by, okay, this one. Distance is how much? CD. CD whole square 1 by root 2. FQ should be equal to KQQ by distance. What is the distance? FQ will be AD whole square sine theta. Solving all this, substituting all the values, K will get eliminated. One Q will get eliminated. So capital Q will get in terms of small q. Sine theta, cos theta values, he has given sine 22.5, cos 22.5. I'll write down answer, later on you check it. This is one answer. If when positive. Okay, similarly, negative is telling when the third charge is negative. Negative means tell me like where you are going to place. At B only. At B you are going to place. The first case what we discussed is Q is positive. Second case when Q is negative, we have to check it now. I think it's all about mathematics, very less concept. Only that equilibrium, how in GRU is possible, that idea is needed. Only this diagram needed, no? I'll draw fresh another one. Now for negative charge particle, I'm discussing the concept. So initially charge particles are at an angle 90 degrees. So this is the plus Q. I'll place on symmetric line. Minus Q. There's a line joining them. Now the line joining these two will exert a force. Again, the idea will be same here. So this force will be FQ, you call this, you take FQ. The same line AB. I'll make it diagram small so that both are visible. Okay, now compare this. I think here also the same idea, the tangential force must be 0. For that, what happened? We have to struggle to get this angle. This angle has to be determined. If you can get that angle, problem will be solved. Now, take help of mathematics. Again, the tangential force. So this angle, let me call that as alpha. So for equilibrium, we are discussing second case here. For equilibrium, tangential force on particle net tangential force on the particle must be 0. How come it will be 135? I don't know. Look at calculation. Somebody's telling 135. That alpha is needed. So I'll equate the again FQ sine 45 degree F capital Q cos alpha. Remaining all things we know it. The distance have to be calculated. So call this is O. This is D, no? The same mathematics will continue. So this will be theta. This will be theta. Check it now, all. The distance CD as usual. So only thing is now the distance dB has to be calculated. Will you justify why I am writing 45? If you cannot justify this, I don't think so you can really solve the problem. All of you, I think you should look at this. So why you are writing directly 45? Because problems not given. See, if you place it symmetrically, the third charge, if you place it symmetrically, then only equilibrium is possible. So therefore, I took that particular line. Hmm? No, get this alpha. The same mathematics,
22
everything.
point.
Alpha will be 22.5.
Yes, sir.
Theta is 22.5, no?
Alpha is
Theta.
also 22.
Okay, 22.5 alpha. Equate and solve again. So here, let me give the answer. Cross check it later on. I'm just giving the idea. This should be the magnitude. Because already I assume negative sign, showing that attractive force. If you keep positive charge, it should be here. If they keep negative charge, it should be here. This should be the magnitude for equilibrium. I'll go to the next one. Yeah. I'll read the question. Especially, I think point charges come, no? Most of the questions, some mathematics will be involved. I think this won't happen. Only 2 point charges, okay. More than 2 point charges, some mathematics will be involved. I think there's a one background if you have that will be on safer side in most of the numericals. Okay, there's some good question which you have to make observation first. Two charges are there. First, if two charges are on x-axis, on y-axis, what will be the expression for the field? Where it will be maximum? First, you directly get into the problem here. So now, so let's take the diagram. So there is some point P, I'll call it. So this is the point charges. Both are positive, no? They are placed symmetrically. So let this distance be y. So what is the field strength at this particular point? Vertical component, horizontal component cancel out. The net field will be towards right. So let this be R. I think you have to really get into some mathematics. So if this is theta, the resultant field will be like this. So let's get expression for the resultant field. E is equal to KQ R square 2 KQ R square cos theta. cos phi, I'll write the theta and that will get confused. R square, what you can write it as a square plus y square. Cos phi, what we can write y by a. Sorry, y by r. Let it be one more step, I'll write it. So 2kqy by r cube. So this will be 2kqy. R will be I think you need not to wait for any other further. This is similar to electric field due to the ring. Instead of 2-point charges, instead of the charge on the ring, we have 2-point charges. And I'm very sure that at y is equal to a by root 2 plus or minus a by root 2. Since I'm interested only on positive y-axis, I'm going for that one. At y equal to a by root 2, the field will be maximum. Already we have come across this particular equation. So based on that, I'm putting that one. So at y equal to a by root 2, it is maximum. So what will happen to the field strength? The field strength, I'll give a curve. I need one more, no? Yeah. No, I think now we have, I need a lot of mathematics here, no? Okay, I'll draw it here, no problem. Yeah. If you look at this, now the analysis somewhere at what is the field strength here will be 0, no? The midpoint will be 0. So as you move, the field strength will increase. Somewhere at a by root 2 will become maximum, then decreases. And at infinity will be 0. So the curve will be, this is for our understanding purpose. So this is the point at which it will be maxima. And need not be symmetric, am I right? So this value, we know it, it is maxima. Okay, now we know some idea. Now it's telling another particle of mass m and a charge q has two equilibrium points on the line OY at A and B. The distance OA and OB are in the ratio. What does it mean? OA and OB. So it's telling this is the point. Okay, is this clear now? So see, it's testing or mathematics, nothing. You don't bother anything. It's just testing or mathematics here. There are 2 points are there, they're in equilibrium. Find the distance of the point on the line OI where the particle will be in stable equilibrium. So which point will be stable equilibrium? Is it A or B is what we have to check it. So what is telling? So here the particle, when it is here, it's in equilibrium. So then what is the repulsive? So here plus Q charge plus Q charge. When you keep the charge here, what are the forces that will be acting? Mg will act like this. And electrostatic force F1. Here also Mg will act here, electrostatic force called F2. Now find the distance of point on the line OY where the particle will be in stable equilibrium. What do you say about stable equilibrium? Stable equilibrium is one, when you displace it, the restoring force should act opposite to displacement. Will I agree? Okay, let me test this particular point here. Here the electrostatic force will balance weight. If I slightly push it up, then the force F2 will decrease, no? So what is this, what is this length? This will give the magnitude of force. Please are able to analyze, because I don't have any other thing, only this curve, using this I should explain. What do this horizontal distance will indicate the force. The x-axis will indicate the force here. This curve is magnitude of force. Okay, now getting to this one. If I slightly displace it vertically up, then what will happen is like the electrostatic force will decrease. Here is telling equilibrium, so F2 must be equal to mg. If you slightly displace it up, then electrostatic force will become less than weight, and the restoring force will act vertically down, and it will come back to again the equilibrium position. Okay, now you can ask questions. Sir, I'll displace it vertically down. Mg will not change. Then F2 will increase. You look at this one, F2 will increase. So then the restoring force will act upward. So therefore, B should be a stable equilibrium. Let's come for this one. Let's come for A. If I displace it vertically down, here mg is equal to F1. If I displace it vertically down, what will happen to F1? F1 will further decrease and the net force will be downward. So it will move down. So how the restoring force is acting, how the net force is acting in the direction of displacement. If I displace it vertically up, here F1 equal to mg. If I further push it up, the F1 will become greater than mg. The net force will act in the direction of displacement. So therefore, what is the conclusion? A is unstable, B is stable. No mathematics will help you. You should really bring your basics into the picture here. Okay, now what is asking? Find the distance of the point on line OY where the particle will be in stable equilibrium. So now we know OA and OB. So what is given for us? OA by OB is how much? OB is equal to, OA is equal to, let's write Y. Then OB should be equal to 3 root Y. So let's assume that Y. So how to bring that one? And we are very sure about one thing. What is that? QE2 should be equal to QE1 should be equal to mg. Will I agree? So what is the basic equation now? E2 should be equal to E1. The field at 2 and 1. Shall we? I think I'll write FBFA. Because so many symbols will come again. This should be QEB. This is QE. Because they are in equilibrium. So what is EB? So directly take help of this formula. 2KQ. Like this should be 3 root Y by solving for this, I'll get expression for Y.
By root 12.
A by root 12. Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay, I got the value of Y. So with this, what happened? Find the distance of the point on line where the particle will be in stable equilibrium. Getting the idea? This will be where do it will have maximum acceleration? I think at this particular point only. Here only it should have maximum acceleration. Because what all that acceleration should be maximum here only. So at this particular point, what are the names we have given? A, B, C, no? At C, the particle will have maximum acceleration. Not asked, I'm just the particle. And how to calculate that maximum acceleration? Acceleration is equal to, now what about the force? Here it is stable equilibrium, no? So what about the force? Mg minus, shall I put it? What about the here electrostatic force here? So Fa, here Fa is equal to mg, here Fb equal to mg. So definitely at this particular point, the electrostatic force will be there. So what about here acceleration? Should be electrostatic force minus mg. So we can calculate even the maximum acceleration of particle. That should be equal to Fc minus mg by m. How to calculate Fc? Substitute y is equal to a by 2, a by root 2. and solve the problem. This why, that why, I think. If they ask you maximum acceleration, take help of this condition.
Maximum acceleration will be at O, na, sir. Where the electrostatic force of attraction will become zero by component. Only weight will be present.
No, anywhere on the vertical line I'm asking. On this vertical line, not at the not at O, here, anywhere in this region. In this region.
Yes.
Anywhere in this region. On the vertical line. Excluding O. So just be alert, some sort of equilibrium conditions also will come like this. Okay, I'll go for next one. Yeah, read it.
What will be the answer, Sharing above one?
Above one means?
In the previous question, what will be the value of y?
Y equal to A by root 12.
No, sir. The value for the point on OY.
That you have to calculate, huh?
A by 2, sir.
That you have to calculate. I don't have answer, just I. Huh?
Okay.
Take the next one. Just wait, it's not getting adjusted. Yeah. No, read the question. Let me take help of diagram. It'll be easy for me. So this another point charge will be shifted. Okay, the another point charge will come here. Get into the thing. So what are the forces that are acting? Normal contact, the weight mg, and the electrostatic repulsive force. I think these are the forces that will be acting on the charge particle. A is fixed, no? He's telling this is fixed. This particle is fixed. So I need not to bother. This much is what we have. So this distance is r. So AB should be equal to 2r sine theta by 2. The length first we'll calculate. There's a length AB is equal to. Then electrostatic force Fe K Q square by AB whole square. Keep it this much here. So what is the question that is asked? Find the charge Q that was given to the balls. Ball B gets repelled and ultimately comes to rest in equilibrium position where its radius vector makes an angle theta with vertical. The B is in equilibrium. Charge particle. What is the basic necessity condition for equilibrium? The tangential forces must be zero. Here again, that's the same idea. Okay, this is theta. If this is theta, the tangential forces we have to calculate. So along the tangent is what happened. We should resolve all the forces here. I'll bring with another color. Yeah. No, resolve all the forces along the tangential direction. This should be the 90, no? Oh, charge Q, no? Q by 2. Yeah, fine. The charge gets distributed, no? Here, Q by 2. Okay, fine. I forgot that. Both are of same radii. So the charge, what all the charge is there, Q by 2, and it'll get repelled here. A is charge, B is not having initial charge. When they come in contact, they'll share a charge equally, and the B will be repelled and will be pushed to a point B till here. So it's, I think some mathematics is what you have to bring it. The tangential forces. So first thing, we need this angle. Sum of this total triangle 180 degrees. So this angle, we'll take it alpha. 2 alpha plus theta, 180 minus theta. So 90 minus theta by 2 alpha will be. If this is alpha, so this should be the alpha. So now get into, this will be Fe. I'll equate tangential forces here. This is alpha. We need this angle, no? Beta is needed. So Fe sine beta will get it. Fe sine beta. What about Fe sine alpha? Mg sine beta for equilibrium along the tangent. Fe sine alpha should be equal to Mg sine beta. Sine alpha we know. So Fe sine of, anybody, beta how much will be?
-90 theta, sir.
Beta will be 90 minus theta. So this will be 90 minus alpha. Mg cos beta. Yeah. Anybody beta value?
90 minus
90 minus alpha.
90 minus theta, sir.
90 minus theta, sir.
90 minus theta. Yeah. So sine of 90 minus theta by 2. This will be cos theta by 2. Cos of 90 minus theta, sine theta. Now solve it. What is Fe? Fe should be equal to kq square by 4. AB will be 4r square sine square theta by 2 should be equal to here. Sine theta, we can write it as 2 sine theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Okay, can you solve this? Next step is what you can, theta is given for us, no? So answer should be in terms of theta. I'll write down the answer, you verify it. A very simple problem. Read this one, I'll have water. The weight mg is acting, so the g will be acting here in this direction. Okay, let's take diagram here. Now, what are the forces mg will act? The ring is having mass m, and the electrostatic force q dash e and qe, and it's in equilibrium, translational equilibrium. So therefore, what I can write it as q dash e plus qe minus mg equals 0. There's a one equation. Value of e as given, the value of e also. Find the angle theta, circumference at a separation of root 2r. Okay, then definitely the angle between them is 90 degrees. Root 2r is telling. Okay, there's a find angle theta in equilibrium position. Okay, let me go for it. Q dash E. QV value is how much? 4 mg by 7 minus mg. So with this, I'll get the value of Q dash. Q dash will be equal to 3 mg by 7e. We have calculated. The angle theta in equilibrium position is asking to get that angle. So definitely what should be the torque? The net torque should be 0, no? The net torque should be 0. About what point? About 0.2. So this angle is unknown thing. So let me take this angle phi. What is the torque setup? Q dash net torque should be 0. This is translational equilibrium. Net torque about 0.0 should be 0. So therefore Q dash E R sine phi should be equal to QE R sine theta. R gets eliminated. We know Q dash everything. So these are the two unknowns are there. So one thing we are very sure that phi dash plus theta should be equal to how much? 90 degrees. I think that we can substitute and solve. We'll get the theta. Q dash value we know 3 mg by 7e. Q dash is equal to 3 mg by 7. R get cancelled. So sine of 90 minus theta. Q value we know, QE value 4 mg by 7 sine theta. Solving will get the theta.
37.
37 degrees.
37 degrees. Okay, fine. Yeah. Next, the ring is given small rotation in the plane of the figure and leads. Will it perform oscillation? Is asking, will it perform oscillation or not? This is theta, small oscillation. Small oscillation. Yeah, that I'll construct the diagram. Now the charge earlier, the position of charge. I'll slightly try to increase here. So this will be the Q dash. This one. So this angle has become theta plus say some theta 1. This has become phi 1. So it was given angular displacement like this, net angular displacement, delta theta, I'll write it. So what is theta 1? Theta 1 will be theta plus delta theta. What is phi 1? Phi minus delta theta. Definitely, which particular force the force acting will be same, no? It will not change. This distance is going to change. Call this is x1, this is x2. X1 will become greater than, x1 will be r sine theta 1. X2 will be r sine phi 1. And theta 1 is how much? Theta plus delta theta. So what do you expect as theta increases? X1 also will increase. So which torque will be more? No, the torque will be in this direction. Okay, how is the restoring torque is acting? Acting opposite to angular displacement delta theta. So the restoring torque will be QE x1, Q dash E x2 will be greater than 0. So therefore, definitely it will oscillate. Will it perform oscillation? The answer is yes. If you want, you can find out time period of oscillations also. About O, it will execute SHM. And some small Gauss law, logical thinking problems. A pyramid has 4 faces, all of them being equilateral triangle of side A. I don't think so. I can construct pyramid. Okay, let me construct the diagram. Solid it will be. Equilateral triangle, how it should be. This one should be dotted. Okay, this is about the, it is equilateral triangle. So point charge is placed at the center. I don't know, please make imagination. It is something like this. So here now, so what is the flux of electric field emerging from any one of the other three faces of the pyramid? So this pyramid, let's give number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 faces are there, no? So what is the flux through 1, 2, 3 will be 0 because it is lying in the plane of the 1, 2, 3. Point charge plus Q lies in the plane of triangle face, lies in the plane of face 1, 2, 3. Will I agree this? So how much of flux linking 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. The best thing is like I'll bring one other symmetric. It's not appearing like a. Below one more symmetric, you assume it, problem will be solved. Below one more symmetric, you have to assume. So I'm unable to get the diagram. So it is simple. Huh? I wanted to plane diagram, I'll give it. So it is here, point charge is here. So for 4, 1, 3, okay, this is 5. Now it is placed at the center. Let's get into the thing. Half of the flux will link the upper prism, half of the flux will link lower the prism. No? In that half of the flux linking the upper prism, as it is placed at the centroid of the face 1, 2, 3, equally what happened, 1/3 of the flux linking the upper prism, what happened, will link each face. This is upper, this lower. flux linking the upper prism, how much should be equal to Q by 2 epsilon naught? Then flux linking the face 1, 2, 4 or 2, 3, 4 or 1, 1, 3, 4 should be equal to how much? Upper by 3. So total how much it will be? Q by 6 epsilon naught. Just logical way, no need of mathematics. Huh? So different structures will come. Please, you also think on that one. So I'll place this charge in the cuboid, in the square, in the sphere, in the hemisphere, in the cone, in the say like a prism, in the pyramid. Different closer structures you are going to place. What about the flux linking the faces? Better, I think, well-defined some 10 or 15 objects are there. Better you prepare so that in exam anything comes now directly you can pick up the answer. No need to analyze. Okay, this is about the answer. Now a point charge is placed very close to an infinite plane. What is the flux through the plane? The second part, question number 63. So there's an infinite plane is there. The point charge is kept here. So definitely half of the flux will link the plane, remaining half will glow here. So what is the flux linking the infinite plane? Q by 2 epsilon naught. Half of the flux will link the plane, remaining half will come on this side. No? So here the lines of force will be. Okay, let's come to the next one. I'll give 3 minutes time for you. You should really fight with this problem. A point charge Q is placed you remember I gave flux linking the plate. Even for triangular plate, we do have a formula. Like that for different faces, if you keep a point charge near a face, what is the flux linking? For a disk, we know it. For a ring, for a plate. Even for triangular plate, we have separate formula, solid angle one. Okay, like that I gave some solid angle idea if a point charge is placed near a rectangular plate or a square plate. What are the solid angle subtended? Once you know solid angle, you can go for the flux linking it. But it's asking something, find the force on the square surface due to the point charge Q. Non-conducting, it is a non-conducting one. I'll proceed like this. What is the definition for the force? F is equal to QE. I think this much is what we know that one. I should calculate what is the field.
Need of fields. You're finding flux, we'll multiply it with the density. You get the effective force.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So here flux information is given. What is the flux? Flux will be E bar dot ds. This much is what we know information. Something we need F into the picture, no? So the force is needed here, no? So how to adjust? So from E is what? From flux is given. So I can bring E and the Q is given. So how to adjust this one? So here what we do is like, shall we, if I multiply with sigma here, because see like what I needed, QE is needed. QE is needed, no, for this. So shall I multiply this with sigma, this equation? If I multiply with sigma flux, tell me like what is sigma into ds will be? Sigma is what? Charge by area, dimension analysis, and not mathematics, dimension, problem based on dimension analysis. No. Sigma into ds, what you get? Charge. Charge into electric field will be the force. So therefore, what is F? F should be equal to sigma flux. Objective questions can be asked. Be careful. Surface charge density into surface charge density of the non-conducting charge sheet into flux linking it. This flux will produce flux due to point charge. Am I right? I think this some have a clarity here. The point charge is present here. A flux will link it. Flux linking the sheet to the surface charge density will give the force. Getting to next part. So let's assume a small element, some symmetric element. Oh. So I'm assuming an element here. This one. So what is the field due to this element? And the field due to this element will be in this direction. E1, E negative, I'll call it. The field due to this element will be E positive. Since I assumed at equal distance, so definitely the magnitude should be equal. So therefore the resultant field, how it will be? The resultant field will be, should make an angle DE plus U, right? DE negative, so the resultant field. So this angle will be 45 degrees. So therefore, so what can be the resultant field here should make an angle even at P, it should make an angle parallel to the B bar, that one.
Sir, this diagram is only true for x equal to L by 2.
Please do think.
Direction of forces will change, no, sir. They won't be exactly perpendicular.
Okay, I think you do wait like this and also now. What is the direction of electric field at point P? Okay, let's get into the question. I'll get into the question. I assumed a small element. I just shown here that one. If I at x equal to, similarly, what happened? Can we assume? On that blue color dotted line, what can be the direction of field? It's very simple. Just at point P, I want the field. What is the direction of electric field at point P is asking. That was our question. So I'm just trying to analyze here. What will be the direction of field at all on this line OP? Everywhere on the line OP.
Along negative y-axis. X-axis, sir.
Look at diagram and answer.
0.
On the line OP, I'm asking how it will be 0. Say that's
P
why,
it will be 0, sir.
why P it will be 0. So due to this positive charge, due to negative charge, the resultant will come here.
Sir, resultant will be along 45 degrees with x-axis, sir. With for OA,
It is
at P,
not.
resultant will be along 45 degrees with x-axis. And for OB, at P, the resultant will be along minus 45 degrees with x-axis.
See, like here, that's what here. So now the field, there's a finite rod. It's not an infinite. It's a finite rod. Okay, the field strength at this particular point is what you have to calculate. No, so the resultant, I'll take a small element. I'll take a small element here. So due to this element, you can calculate the field. Due to this element, you can calculate the field. 0 should not be there, no? At least I think 0 should not be there.
Along OP it will be 0, no, sir. If we see the figure also, you got D bar perpendicular to OP.
See, this will be perpendicular to OA.
Yes, sir.
So this field is perpendicular to OB.
Yes, sir.
So then this components will cancel out. This components will get added up, no?
That is why I told 0, sir.
This components will get added up.
You asked OP, sir.
Along the line, if I move like this, what will be the direction of field I'm asking?
Perpendicular to OP.
That's what my question is. I wanted to ask only that much. Please try to understand what I'm asking. So now definitely the field strength at point P. Should be, what is the direction of electric field at point P? Is asking only direction. So what shall I say? Perpendicular to OP or along OP or along X or along Y? Perpendicular to OP. Perpendicular to OP means then what is the line that will perpendicular to OP? Along AB. Okay, fine. So this should be the along the line joining. So this line will be parallel to, so here you will write it some P is there, no? P dash, P double dash. P dash, P double dash is parallel to line AB. So therefore the field at point P should be along line joint parallel to the line AB. Next is asking what is the electric potential at point P. Should be 0, no? So first this will be along line parallel to AB and this should be 0. Why 0?
Positive, one negative. They will
Positive,
both get.
positive, negative, that is for you assume 1 year positive, negative, like that you can go for. Like this you can go for it, no? And look at this line. Everywhere on this line OP potential 0 or only at P it is 0?
Everywhere.
Everywhere on the line OP is potential 0. Potential zero at all points on line OP. Okay, got this one. What about electric field? Electric field is non-zero. at all points. Look at this. I think now what is the conclusion? So can there be a situation where V0, E0 at infinity? V0, E non-zero, possible this condition. V non-zero, E0. I think this is inside the shell. Both non-zero is possible. So what is the best example? I think this V0, E non-zero. We have very less examples. This is a one diagram. In SURMA, you have objective question. So what we do is we come across this one, and this we know it. This is inside the shell. What about this? This is very rare. So like this only in some charge structures we do come across. Like this, you look at the shell or anything, no? So this condition is hardly get it. So like this, some system of like this possible. So in SURMA he has given, even this also possible. Huh? Students often they ask like, sir, any example of this? So something you have to take a system of this kind. What type of charge system, that also matters. Huh? I'll read the question. I think some around 6 problems are there. We'll try to finish off them because tomorrow we'll start with the shells one. Tomorrow induced charge, shells, if they're connected by a wire, those concepts we'll discuss. I'll read the question. I will take the, okay, this is a thing. A particle having charge q and mass m is at rest and free to move. Another particle having charge b, q and mass projected from a large distance towards the particle with speed u. Okay, this is infinity. I'll put it here. No. What will happen to the condition? So as it approaches, so it is, I think, better to think like this here. So once the distance becomes finite, repulsive force will be acting here, and the repulsive force will be acting here. The repulsive force acting on A will accelerate it. The repulsive force acting on B will retard it. Then finally, at one instant, both will be moving with a common velocity. I will take the diagrams. Let me take it. So somewhere at some finite distance, this will have velocity, say v1. v2, the repulsive force will be acting in this direction. So call this is a some x dash something. Then at one instant, so because of this, v1 will be less than u. So the speed of the B will keep on decrease. The speed of A will keep on increase. At one instant, both will have common velocity. So when both are having common velocity, how do we can say that this is the minimum distance? I'll call this is x minimum. Very next moment, so what conditions will arise?
The same direction velocity.
Same direction. Arrow should be like this. Somewhere you can see this B. this will have velocity, say v2 dash, yeah, v2, this will be v1, where v1 dash is greater than v2 dash. v2 will be greater than v1. So you calculate this distance, say like a r1, all right? Let me write r2. R2 will be greater than x minimum. R1 will be greater than x minimum. R1 why the distance should increase? Because the velocity v1 will be less than v2 will be greater than v1. The separation between them keeps on increases. There's an overall picture here. So this is the minimum. So now we projected with a kinetic energy, then at a minimum separation is there. So can we bring that x minimum? Shall we use kinematics or any other approach?
Conservation of
Better
the
go for conservation of linear momentum and conservation of mechanical energy. Conservation of linear momentum, mu should be equal to
mechanical energy is also not required, sir, directly from this.
v. I'll get as u by 2. Substitute that here, you'll get x minimum. Conservation of mechanical energy. Yeah? Find the velocity of, find the final velocity of both the particles. You can get that one. Find the, I think, calculate the least kinetic energy of the system during the subsequent motion. Okay, let's do one thing. X minimum, I got it. There's a part A we are discussing. Part B, I'll get into this one. After getting this, least kinetic energy is this one only. 2 into half mv square. When the separation between them is minimum, the system will have minimum kinetic energy and a maximum potential energy. Similar to collision idea here. Okay, this is about part A. Find the final velocity of both the particles. What do you mean by final? The repulsive force will be continuously acting. Say F dash, F double dash. This repulsive force, what it does, finally what will happen, it will retard and this B will come to rest. Instead rest, again it start moving towards left. So finally what do we get? We get a situation where B will be moving and A will be moving like this. This is the final. It's asking that final and separation between them will be in final. Find the final velocity of both the particles. So what will happen to A? A will be continuously be accelerating because of repulsive force. B, what is the path of the B? B will undergo retardation somewhere at a point, instantaneous rest. Then it starts moving towards left. So how to get this final velocities? I'll apply energy equation. Mu square by 2 should be equal to mva square by 2 mvb. Part B we are discussing. Then conservation of momentum. mva minus mvb. Solving this, we'll get va and vb. A simple idea based question. Part A, okay, but part B is something finally. So what is the path of B? B will move towards right, comes to instant rest and starts moving towards left. No, in the previous question, 98, in the previous question, can you work out? It's simple. the same idea. In the last question, two particles A and B are initially held at a distance. So some distance R here. Initially it was infinity, no? Now they're held at a distance. Particle B is directly towards A with a speed u. This distance is what is given R. Again, the condition is same, no? Finally, so in this case, what is the equation? Mu square by 2 plus k q square R should be equal to mva square by 2 mvb square by 2. Applying conservation of momentum, mu equal to mva minus mvb. Agree this, so things little bit changes. Interaction potential will come into picture. Initially, they'll interact because finite distance. Read the next one. Two positively charged balls having mass m and 2m are released simultaneously from a height h with horizontal separation between them equal to x naught. This is some problem based on projectile. Let me call this is A, this is B. So as the masses are equal, so we'll take the symmetry bisected from a height h with horizontal separation be equal to the ball with mass 2m strike the ground making an angle of 45 degree. Okay, one is having mass m, let this be 2m. Okay, they will. What is the trajectory of this? What are the forces? Electrostatic force and the weight. So how the trajectory of this will be? The trajectory of this will be somewhere like this, and the trajectory of this will be continuously at all positions. There'll be electrostatic repulsive force will be acting. Net force is 0. So where the center of mass is here earlier, along x direction, center of mass will not shift. Let's not take the midpoint. Center of mass, let me take it. Okay, get into the problem now. So when the ball comes here, it will strike the ground. So this is VAX, VAY. This will be VBX. Both will descend same height. So VAY should be equal to VBY should be equal to 2GH. What about VBX and VX? They're released from a distance x naught, no? X naught here. So initial kinetic energy, initial they're released from rest. So K Q square X should be equal to, we'll write finally, this is XA plus XB. KQ square XA plus XB plus 2m. Oh, I should write all the components. 2m by 2 va x square, 2m by 2 va y square, m by 2 vbx whole square, m by 2 vby whole square. Vay equal to vby, those are equal. What about the, can we apply any equations here? This much is what we have some information. Xa plus xb at what angle with the horizontal the ball with mass 2m strikes. So he has given some information. What is that? This will strike making an angle 45 degree with horizontal. So what is the information we have? Vax equal to Vay. The information is available from the question. Vax equal to Vay, like this, and Vay equal to Vby. And applying conservation of linear momentum, 0 should be equal to mvbx minus 2m vx. So vbx is equal to 2vx. I think this will help us a lot. So with what speed it will strike. This angle theta. So tan theta vby by vx. Vby is how much? Equal to Vay. Vbx is equal to what? 2Vx, and this will be 1 by 2. As we know, Vax equal to Vay. Find the work done by electrostatic force during the course of fall of the two balls. Change in gravitational potential. I think you can do one thing, kq square. No need to get into any of the calculations. Keep it here. So this everything is what? The change in kinetic energy, no? So what is this? This is the work done by electrostatic force. This LHS is what? And also this part is, this is what work done by electrostatic force, no? Just calculate, you get the required answer.
Sir, gravitational potential energy.
Only horizontal components.
You wrote vertical components also.
Okay, this one here. Only change in kinetic energy of the horizontal components. Okay, fine, this much. Change in kinetic energy, initially it was along x-axis kinetic energy 0, finally is this much here. So do we know Vx and Vbx? That has to be determined. Okay, no, this is, I think, what we have to, Vx, Vbx, we have some relationship. Let me verify it. Yeah.
So you did not take the gravitational potential energy into account, no, sir?
Find the work done by electrostatic force.
Sir, in the mechanical energy conservation.
Oh, I didn't brought it. Then, so I'll do one thing. The equation is this much, no? Initial gravitational potential just should come here. Yeah. Then only. So initial will be how much? 2 mgh plus mgh. Okay, I forgot this. Okay, this will come into picture.
Sir, in the next equation, kinetic energy due to vertical component should not be written.
3 mgh, this will be there.
Then okay.
3 mgh will be there.
Work done by electrostatic force also will be different, sir. We take only minus of change in potential energy. Electrostatic.
Correct.
No, what all that the kind horizontal component of velocity is due to what? Horizontal component is due
Okay,
to
okay.
electrostatic force. I think this will be better way of thinking problem, no? I brought like this. We should get answer, find the work done. Okay, everything we can bring Vx, Vbx in terms of Vay, we have no. In terms of mg, it will come. Anybody answer? This will be. Because only mg is what will be having information, no?
6 mgh.
6 mgh. Okay, we'll take the next one more here. Now, read the question. It's a simple problem. Huh? Just we should be aware of the diagram. The mass leaves from the position shown and it is found to come to rest when the thread becomes vertical. I had to draw the diagram. Okay, there's a thread. B, I'll write it. And other point charge is fixed here. So definitely it should come here. Huh? The other point charge, A should come here. This is O. This distance is 3 meters. This is fixed. A is fixed here, and B will come to rest. It's in rest position. So now look at this. Definitely, this is the distance. One meter between them. So initial separation. Five meter. So shall we write interaction and it was released from rest. This is fixed here. It has come to rest and this is fixed. So there is no kinetic energy involved here. So what all potential energy is there? So this should be equal to K Q square by 5 should be equal to K Q square by 1 plus decrease in gravitational potential energy, mg into 4. Shall we make the problem very simple? Not h, it is 4. So with this, we can solve for m. We'll get the answer for m. Find the tension in the thread in the equilibrium position when the thread is vertical. What are the forces? Tension, weight mg, and electrostatic repulsive force. T is equal to F plus the value of mg, you know it. Substitute that, you'll get the and kq square by 1. What is mg? Kq square by 5 minus kq square by 1. Kq square this much is the tension. Q values all they are given. Next after this, is the equilibrium mentioned in the B stable or unstable? This is a thread. You slightly displace it. Then electrostatic force. we have to take a diagram. Let's have a small diagram. I'll draw it here. So this is the thread. Let it be displaced like this. Now you analyze. This is the slight displacement it is. So this is the point charge A will be here. So what are the forces that will be acting? Tension, weight mg, and the repulsive force will act in this direction. Okay, set right now.
Sir,
Ah,
mechanical energy equation 4 mg should come on the other side. Initially, it is having gravitational potential.
okay, this one, yeah. Yeah, okay, this is kq square mg should be 1 by 5. So 4 by 5, this will be
1/4 of
plus.
those,
Okay, now
mg is 1/4 of kq square by 1 minus kq square by 5.
mg by 4, no?
Yes.
Okay, the mg by 4 also needed. 1/4 of. So that 4 will get cancelled out. 6 kq square by 5. Check the ones calculation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no. Now equilibrium stable, unstable, how to decide? Shall we take help of something? Energy equation. Mg will be same. So as here this will be a slight actually to show I shown it more. So this I gave small displacement, say theta. Okay, this will be the theta will come mg sin theta. Other will be along this string mg cos theta. This force will be acting here. I think we need this alpha. Yeah. It all together f cos alpha mg sin theta. Theta will be very small. Okay, we know this distance, no? 3 meter. Length of the string, 4 meter. So with that, we should calculate F and F cos alpha, which will be greater. I think any relation between F and mg.
Sir, we can tell directly that the distance increases, so F decreases, stable equilibrium.
Mg will be as it is, no? Mg will be. So if you slightly displace it,
Unstable, sir.
Unstable.
unstable means F cos alpha will be greater. Or else we'll do one thing, we can calculate potential, you know. Okay, we'll do one thing in terms of potential. So here we have separation.
When I move, F will decrease, but it is in the direction of motion. So unstable.
F cos alpha will come. So what about the role of mg sin theta also will be there, no?
That will be constant, no, sir. When it is there in the equilibrium position, they'll balance each other out. When I move, F will decrease.
No. Here F and mg are acting vertically down here. You can't just only think about F.
But they'll add up, sir, not
No, they'll add up here. I think better to analyze energy, no? So slightly gravitational potential has increased. Then electrostatic potential decreases. Electrostatic potential decreases, gravitational potential increases. We have to check the energy between these 2 points. If the energy here is maximum, it will be unstable. Energy here is minimum, it will be stable. Or else we should calculate the force. This will be very, I think, lengthier discussion. Okay, no, we'll do one thing. Okay, we'll do one thing. I'll release it. If I release it, mg sin theta, F cos alpha will be the acceleration. So the mg sin theta will keep on decrease. What will be the value of alpha? Okay, this one. Yeah, I got it. See, I'm just giving expression like this. At the moment you release, so the moment you release, so what actually happens is like mg sin theta is acting, no? So theta decreases, definitely mg sin theta will be decreasing. Then F cos alpha. So as it comes, so what can be the value of cos alpha? F will increase and alpha will decrease there. So F cos alpha will be continuously increasing. So definitely open as it, if I release here, this mg sin theta decreases, F cos alpha will be increasing. So not possible, no?
not increase.
No, F will increase. Mg sin theta will decrease.
Distance is increasing, sir. F will decrease. KQ square by R square.
R decreases, F should increase, no?
R is increasing, sir.
No, R should decrease, no, as it comes.
Okay, coming back. Okay.
Coming back. So definitely this force will be greater than this one, no? So when it be stable, when the net force should be towards right, but the net force is towards left here.
Then cos alpha decreases.
Okay, F cos alpha. Alpha decreases, cos alpha will increase, no? Then F is also increasing.
Cos alpha decreases, sir. Alpha increases. Alpha will increase and become pi by 2. If we see the stable equilibrium in this figure, when it is coming back, alpha will increase and become pi by 2. Cos alpha will decrease.
Cos
And
alpha will decrease, and F is increasing. I think better to calculate potential G only. We have to compare potential G year and year based on that, because if they're stable, potential G should decrease. If they're unstable, potential G should increase. So there's a point P1, P2. We have to calculate, better to calculate the potential here. From that only, I think better to analyze here. Answer
So we
given.
can go with angle.
What happened? Yeah.
With angles also we can do now. Taking the net force on that particular bob.
That only, it's we are not very sure, no, like how alpha theta will be decreasing, mg sin theta decreases, f will be increasing, but alpha
Will be 90 minus 4 theta approximately. If you take an arc like that.
We cannot take arcs, sir, because we have 3 meters and 4 meters. It's like significant. Should use cosine rule.
I think better to write interaction potential G, total potential of system at P2 and P1. If they're unstable, UP1 will be greater than P2. I think I'll write it condition. Unstable means UP1 will be less than UP2. Stable. If the unstable, UP1 will be greater than UP2. Total potential here, both gravitational interaction. I think through potential G we should analyze. Answer given unstable. Check. I think.
Stable and
Unstable only. We can directly see on that.
Unstable only will come. I think R will be less than 1 meter.
there is
Greater than 1
small
meter.
displacement now.
Greater than 1 meter.
R will be greater than 1 meter.
From net force equation we can get.
See, net force, see, mg
We can
sin
take
theta.
some approximation, sir. The theta is small, so we can say R is almost equal to 1. So we get alpha. But alpha is equal to 90 minus 4 theta at approx.
We can't. Okay. Theta for small angle theta, no? So we'll undergo retardation. So the net force will be towards left, or set along this direction. So this is what happens. We have to compare this much here. If f cos alpha greater mg sin theta, unstable. F cos alpha less than mg sin theta will be stable. In terms of force, only you have to check this. Okay, check mathematically here to do this one. Either of anyone. Okay, check mathematically. Which condition? Answer is given this one. This answer. Okay, tomorrow I'll continue with the charges, that one. Shells, earthing shells. We'll discuss few problems later to that. Okay, thank you, all of you.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you open this?
Yeah.
For stable equilibrium, potential energy should decrease, no, sir?
No, minimum. The potential energy should be minimum at that equilibrium position. That's the idea. Go back to definitions.
Okay, sir.
Okay.